Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Friday morning. It is now the 8th day of November 2024. This is the morning briefing. And as I look out the window of the home weather office this morning, beautiful day. Sunshine, cool morning though. We've had morning temperatures in the valley down in the low 40s, but it is going to turn out to be a nice afternoon with temperatures in the upper 60s, some of the warmer spots maybe as high as 70, and without some of that wind that we've had around, a couple of days ago. So as we head into the weekend, there are some changes we're looking at, and beyond that, we've been looking at Monday. Been looking at a chance of rain and snow coming our way on Monday. The latest models, however, are trending to a weaker solution, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But first, let's start off with what's happening this morning. And as you can see, we do have clear skies throughout California. There's a system here that is going to brush by the area during the day Saturday. We've been looking at that, and the models are very consistent now and kind of just wiping this thing out. There'll be some clouds that may go by, but that would be about it. And then there'll be a system behind that that will bring us perhaps that better chance of rain coming on Monday. So let's take a look at all of that here on the 500 millibar chart. So here's this morning. I don't know how many weather sites you look at, weather news. I follow a lot of people on Twitter that post weather info. And if you've been seeing any of the pictures coming out of New Mexico and Colorado, they've had some really good snow from this system. But for us, we have this ridge instead, which means that we are going to have a nice day today, as well as into the day tomorrow, until tomorrow night. Here comes that little wave that I talked about, and that will go by, and as it goes by, it kind of gets stretched. So some of the energy goes to the south, some of the energy goes to the north, and whenever that happens, you're not going to get any rain. And so we're dry during the day Saturday. So if you have any outdoor plans during Saturday or Sunday, that is going to be just fine. Actually, kind of mild this weekend too, with highs in the upper 60s. Here's the system on Monday. This is Monday around midday. Here's this little wave going by. This doesn't look as deep or as impressive as it did in earlier runs, and it just kind of zips on by. And then beyond that, the latest runs are also keeping the next system maybe more off the coast. This is going to be really tricky at the end of next week. Some of the runs recently have been turning this into a cutoff low, leaving us kind of high and dry as we go into the end of next week. So we had been looking at 2 chances of rain for next week, one on Monday and one at the end of the week. And it looks as though, well, we may not end up with all that much. So let's see, this is the NAM, this is the 12Z NAM, and this is Saturday. And here comes that wave that I talked about going by, and as it gets stretched out, it falls apart. This is Saturday, a little after sunset. There's some rain to the north, maybe some showers up on the north coast if you're going to be in Crescent City this weekend. But even for those of you in Tehama County, you're not going to get anything. So that falls apart. Now we get into the day on Sunday. This is Sunday evening, so not a problem. Now here's Monday. This is Monday morning I'll stop it here at 8 a.m., 7 a.m. actually. And so you can see, here comes the rain. We're going to see some showers on Monday, but it doesn't look as though it's going to reach the status of what we would call a storm, bringing us substantial rain, substantial snow, and gusty winds. Instead, it just may be some showers with a little bit of snow. And so that's the NAM. And let me go to total precip accumulation here. Total precip accumulation, 0.04 in Sacramento. Some foothill spots north of Grass Valley, maybe a quarter to a half an inch. I'm kind of skeptical about even those amounts. And then you can see some areas like Stockton, Modesto, and Sonora may not see anything. So that's the way the NAM shows it. So let's go over to the GFS and see what the GFS has to say about this. So this is the 12Z GFS, and I'll tell you, it's nice with the time change. Now we get a look at the 12Z GFS as I record this. So this is the system that goes by on Saturday, and as you can see, it just doesn't do anything for us. Then here comes the system on Monday, and it looks similar to the NAM. This is Monday afternoon, it falls apart, and then beyond that, with that next system kind of splitting off the coast, this is getting into Thursday, Friday of next week, Saturday, something to the north maybe. But this most recent run keeps us dry. Now, as far as this one is concerned, I would be kind of saying, all right, well, let's just kind of keep that under advisement. I'm not saying that the one at the end of next week, whether it be Friday or Saturday, a week or so from now, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying the most recent run is saying it's not going to happen. Because quite often what happens is if you have, let's say, the 10, 14 day outlook shows something, and then when it gets into that 6, 7 day out, it goes away. Sometimes by the time it's only 3 or 4 days out, the models come back to the solution that they'd had much, much earlier. So not giving up on that one for the end of next week just yet. We'll see what happens. But the weekend is going to be dry, nice. Anything you have planned outdoors, not a problem. And then that rain on Monday, again, it looks like maybe some showers for the valley, probably less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. Not much snow in the Sierra. There is the outside chance we might see enough for chain controls, but it's looking like, maybe a couple of inches of snow. Not really enough to have a serious impact on travel, I don't think. But we can dial that in a little bit closer as we get closer to the day on Monday, exactly how much snow we might see. But all in all, it looks as though that system is going to kind of fall apart as it comes our way, which is sad. It'd be good to get our rain season off to a better start, but this often happens early in the season. So that's everything I've got for you on this Friday morning. Have a great weekend. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.